Watching something, Pelika had like a chain of 4 commercials in a row that lasted for like 8 minutes. It's just ridiculous. His commercials are fun.
I will try to be brief also, though. Asking retired politicians to get up and brief is very difficult, but I'll do my best. Mike had some nice things to say about me. But let me tell you something, folks. We're all volunteers in this business. Nobody requires us to do this. And I wouldn't trade the life that Kitty and I have had for anything. Of course, it would have been nice to be elected president of the United States. I'm sorry.
Nice for us, too.
I owe you all an apology. If I'd beaten Bush 1, you'd have never been a Bush 2, we wouldn't be in this mess. So it's all my fault. It's not a chore for us to continue to try to be active in a state we love, with people we love, and in a country we love, which went badly off the tracks in the last 8 years. Badly off the tracks. And it was the worst national administration I've ever lived under. And we're very fortunate to have a president and a new administration that is working every day to get us back on track and to turn the situation around, and it's beginning to happen. But it's not going to happen unless we have people in the Congress, and especially in the United States Senate, that have the principles and the conviction and the courage that Mike and Jim McGovern and others like them have. Now, why is that important? Well, because we got this foolish filibuster rule, which, by the way, when Kitty and I were kids, was largely used by conservative Southern Democrats to stop civil rights legislation. And it has now become, in effect, a requirement. If you don't get 60 votes, you can't get anything done. And by the way, to be perfectly fair, both sides abuse it. There are 57 solid votes for comprehensive health care reform, which, by the way, is all about working people, you know. This is all about working people. 85% of the people who don't have health insurance in this country are working or members of working families. They're not loafing. They're not on welfare. They're on welfare, you get Medicaid. These folks are working, some of them 2 or 3 jobs, no health insurance. And when they get so sick they can't stand up, they end up in the emergency room, and we're all paying for it through the nose. It's crazy. And we've got a solid, decisive majority of 57. We still aren't there yet. I think we will be, because it takes 60 votes to get anything done. Only the California legislature is worse. That's why the place is all screwed up. Because it takes a 2/3 vote to pass a budget. Now let me just say one other thing, and I'll do my best to keep it short. Look, we've got some good candidates here. I know them all, I like them all. But the one candidate that it seems to me understands how you put an economy back in shape is this guy. And one way you do that, folks, is to use a recession as an opportunity. An opportunity to do what? To put people to work building this country's infrastructure. George Bush left us with a country that looked and looks like a giant pothole. And so, by the way, did Mitt Romney, in case you haven't noticed. And this is a great opportunity. Contractors are hungry. They're bidding low. Amtrak just bid a job in New Haven, which they estimated would cost $200 million. The winning bid was $125. And we have 20% of the building trades that are out of work, some of whom are with us. So you've got people who want to work with skills, and these, as Mike keeps saying, are good jobs, folks. They pay well. They carry benefits. And we've got contractors looking for work. This is the time to get cracking. On what? On the inland route. Boston, Worcester, Springfield, Hartford, New Haven, New York. No single investment could make more of a difference in this city than that inland route, which was big with me, and then I was asked to moderate a roundtable up in Burlington, Vermont in early August to finally get the 6 New England states to agree on a regional rail plan, which they did. There were only 2 members of Congress there. One of them was John Oliver, who, as many of you know, is the chairman of the Transportation Appropriations Subcommittee, and the other guy was this guy. Up in Burlington, Vermont. Yay. Up in Burlington, Vermont. Why? understands this. He's committed to it. He's been a member of the Transportation and Infrastructure Committee in the House. And if we want this kind of investment in this country's future, at this time, we'll put people to work. He's the guy I want to see in the United States Senate.
Yes.
He's the guy I want to see in the United States Senate. Now, I don't have to tell you what we have to do. And let me say also this. There are no front runners in this race, folks. None. And that's not a criticism of anybody. You cannot poll this race. This is absurd. I'll bet half of the people going to the polls tomorrow haven't really yet made up their minds. And I'm not kidding you. Because I'm meeting people every day.
That's a bit.
Every day. And you're on the phones, and you know that.
Yes.
So what you do from now until tomorrow at 8 o'clock is very, very important. But Kitty and I are proud to be here. We've been a great fan of Mike's for a long time. I watched him as he was a young staff guy in the legislature, watched him become one of the best mayors in this state, have admired what he's done in the Congress, and let's go to work and make him our next United States.
Yeah.